Alright, I just came up on my first match set of the year. Just walking along this cornfield edge here, and there's a little south facing kind of grass edge here, potentially a spot where they bed or come and browse on the edge here, but looks to be last year's set. Like I said, I don't have much history with this property, so it's always cool to find them though. But I'll have to look back on my trail cameras from this year and see if I can recognize it. Definitely a year old. He's got a lot of mass on him. Long brow tine. A little bit chewed on the tips, but not too bad. This one's a little tougher to see, but he's definitely got a lot of mass. First match set of the year. Alright, I just found this match set just up and around that corner there. That's coming down. Looks like there's a pretty main trail crossing right through here, through this grass here, and definitely my first ever shed that I found that I was walking, stepped on something, turned around, stepped on the shed. Definitely been there a couple of years, but it's like a 2-year-old. Well, if there's old ones in here, there ought to be some fresh ones somewhere, so it's a good start. Hopefully run into some more. And I found a record high of dead deer that I found this year. Just came up on a bunch of hair here, so there's definitely a dead deer close. I've yet to find the head yet, but maybe when I get inside the woods here, I'll maybe be able to find it. But yeah, this year's been in Iowa's been getting absolutely wiped out with EHD. I found more dead bucks this year than I have in the past 10 years, that's for sure. Hopefully don't find any more of those. I was just coming down this trail right here. Had to walk right on top of it to see this one. Might be one of the older sheds I think I've ever found. Hardly can even tell it's an antler. Thought it was a rib bone for a second, but you can see it had a couple tines showing there. Wow, that one's definitely been there for a couple years. So cool to find them. Oh, I've only been looking for about 20 minutes and already found 4 sheds, and I was just walking along here. This one potentially could be a fresh one. It's right, spot it right down over there. See if I can find a way through these thorns to get to it. Woods is full of locust trees, so they got thorns all over on them. Come around the back side here. Looks like a fresh one from this year at least. Real small one. Sure was lucky to see that one. If I didn't look over at that exact time, I definitely would have walked right past it. Number 5. Definitely a lot of heavy trails in here. It's definitely be a spot to put a tree stand. There's a rub there. Multiple trails crossing right there. Might have to put a trail camera there this next fall. Woods is extremely thick other than this little low spot here, and it'd be a really good spot to slip in through that steep creek and come up in a tree stand here. Hopefully not spook them out of their beds up in the thick tops. Alright, I just came up on another old shed. Couldn't miss that one. This looks like from 2 years ago. Wow. Thing would have been gnarly. I'm almost not so sure that might be the one I found the match set off of earlier from the year prior. With how big the bases are and the longer the browse, he could have had split the year before. Well, number 6 on the afternoon. I was just coming down through this steep creek here and I look over and there's a dead deer there. Definitely recognize him from this year. Pretty decent buck. Long G2 over there. I definitely recognize him. I had lots of pictures of him. I almost likely an EHD kill, but it's hard to tell. Looks like he maybe died up there and his head rolled down here, but I'm gonna have to leave him here. I don't have a salvage tag from the DNR, so next time I'm out here I may get a tag to take him home, but it's never how you want to find them. I just came up on number 7 for the afternoon. I was thinking about calling it and heading back to the truck, but I decided to walk this little draw here that goes out into the field, and right here there's a field drive coming from field to field here. You can see nice 3-year-old. Looks like 3-point side, missing his brow there, but definitely had a lot of pictures of this buck throughout the season. I'll see if we can't get lucky and find the other side. Could be tough because there's probably a good chance. Probably dropped out in one of these 2 cornfields, but I might be able to glass with the binoculars and get lucky, or I might walk down both sides of this little draw here to see if we can't get lucky, but Number 7. Well, I ended up finding 7 sheds in a couple hours, so pretty successful hunt this afternoon. Ended up finding one dead 4-year-old buck. I had a lot of pictures of him throughout the year, likely an EHD kill, but a couple nice sheds. These two right here I found side by side. Looks like they're from last year. And this one I found just a few hundred yards away. Pretty confident that that was his shed from 2 years ago. So that's pretty cool. And now that I've been looking at them, I actually had tons of pictures of this deer this year as well. So probably got to be 7 or 8 years old this year, being how thick these sheds were from a couple years ago. Found another pretty nice 3-year-old fresh one, then a 1.5-year-old fresh one, and then this one right here looks to be from last year as well, and obviously that one's from many years ago. But pretty successful hunt this afternoon. Going out tomorrow as well with my cousin on a piece of property, so hopefully have some luck then.